Welcome back, OGs, and hello newcomers. In today's video, we are going to be unboxing and reviewing the new Shadow toy motorcycle. So Shadow's on a motorcycle for Sonic 3 movie, which I'm very excited to see. I've been keeping up with the other two movies and the shows on Paramount for Knuckles, so I'm super excited to get into this toy. There's been some talk about how the toy's exclusive to Walmart. No one's seeing it at Target. There was also a releasing of this toy before the street date. People were upset. People had it in their hands, and when they went up to the register, the Walmart employees were like, hey, no, we have to actually take this back to claims, or you can't buy it yet. So it was upsetting people. And same for the Sonic and Crab Claw like machine. I heard the same kind of thing was going on with other Sonic toys. And so the front of the box is really cool. It looks like Shadow's going at high speed. You can tell from the lighting. You got Shadow's eyes up there. Very ominous. You got Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. And on the back of the box, it'll show that it has 13 points of articulation, which I didn't do on camera, but I've watched other people's videos and I've seen that their shadows are easily snapping or their legs fall off. And this shadow is just not as detailed and as nice as the other Sonic movie 3 shadow, where it has like the glass eye cover, while this one does not. That articulation is different. Sorry for the notification. Is different but better. This shadow does seem a little bit cheaper. The bike does seem a little cheap, but overall this toy was $20, which I think we all who have unboxed this or played with this toy can agree that we would have paid $30 for this to be of good quality. Now, I'm not going to be playing with it, but I am going to be posing it on my manga shelf. So I just don't want it to fall apart. I want it in a nice pose where it will stand the test of time and not fall apart. I did play with him a little bit on his legs to see, and his arm, to try and get him in a different pose, to like maybe where his leg is down, also helping the bike to balance with the bike turned and tilt at a certain angle, and his arms would be kind of bent to help him, but he couldn't even do that. This Shadow is like, I don't want to say he's completely cheap, but I'm a tad bit disappointed. I really wanted to give this toy 5 stars, but I couldn't. I'm going to give it a 3-star out of 5, just because of how it's made and how it's not truly posable, at least for me. Like, I was messing around with him, though I was delicate with him. Now I'm going to talk about the bike type. Apparently, it's a Italian Ducati. So that was an interesting choice for them. I'm surprised, and others I hear are surprised that they didn't do like a Japanese motorcycle, which would have been really cool. But like, I still love the bike. Everyone says that they don't really understand why they chose to go with the orange right here instead of the red to match Shadow. And you can see I'm pointing out the pegs don't fit in his shoes, which is upsetting. I'm trying to turn this very slowly so that I can show you guys everything. He's not even sitting on the actual seat. I feel like Shadow is too short to even reach the handles if he were to be sitting on the seat. The wheels, however, I was impressed with because they do have a little bit of squish. Reminds me of like an actual rubber tire, so I'm going to give it points for that. I feel like my kickstand right here isn't really doing its job. I feel like it's just not helping him balance. He was falling down on me a lot. I'm surprised I could get him to rotate on my little Lazy Susan without falling. So, and then in the back, you got those little squishy headlights. I understand that with other toy models, like those can break off really easy. So, but I am disappointed that there's not a license plate. I really like realism, but I understand it's a child's toy. So yeah, I just wish it was better quality, of course. And, Shadow has like other vehicles in other games that I want to show you little pictures of. I grew up playing the Sonic or the Shadow on the GameCube, where you had guns, you got to steal cars, you got to like take military vehicles from gun, and you even had battle mode robotic like things you can ride and shoot and stuff like that. So I grew up with Shadow having a gun, you know what I mean? Which I know, again, this is a child's toy, so I cannot ask them to make like a gun for this child's toy, even though like that's what I would prefer, because it's so Shadow's character. And I wish that they had the Black Arms logo on it, painted on his motorcycle, or like a gun logo. Either one would have been great. Like, I feel like the bike is a little bit plain. I really like the Black Arms logo for him because he's had it in like the Sonic comics too. And he's even said that the guns have like issued him a bike. Everyone gets a motorcycle. So that's really cool that they even kept it in the Sonic comics. And like um we've had Sonic Riders where he's had different, like he uses his shoes or like the board, and there's different vehicles that he's driven. So I love that Shadow has had all these vehicles throughout different games, and other characters like have had different vehicles with like Sonic Riders and stuff. I just love how much Shadow has had in vehicles compared to like anyone else. Like, I know Sonic, he runs, but Shadow can keep up with him, but he does choose to use like these other vehicles, which to me is so cool. And we've all seen Shadow's backstory, so I hope in this Sonic movie 3, I know it might be like a redo or a revamp of his story for everyone who hasn't played those other games, but I also hear that they're getting like an anime, and it's going to be darker tone, which I totally understand the darker tone for Shadow's backstory. I just hope that these stories don't just mesh and they're just not repetitive, telling the same old story over and over again with the Black Arms, Shadow is the ultimate light form, and like Maria and like all the stuff he's been through. And I also want to kind of gripe, totally out of our control, right? But I don't literally like that the Sonic movie, the third one, is going to come out on December 20th. So close to Christmas. Like, people are going to be busy, and are you going to have time to take your kid before Christmas happens or right after Christmas happens? Like, I don't want the movie to go out of theaters before all of us get a shot to go see it and like give it its props, give it its tens. So it's like I'm upset they could have waited till like after New Year's, so where everyone's a little less busy and the holidays have kind of died down. They should have done a different release date. I know that they're probably hyping it up because it's around Christmas, but I just have a feeling it's a bad idea. What do you guys think? I want you guys to leave me a comment on everything that was said here. Shadow's video games throughout the years. This toy, what do you guys think? What do you give it as a star rating? Are you guys excited to see the movie? Do you also agree on the release date not being the best kind of thing? Are you guys excited for the anime and other possible characters that everyone's talking about for Sonic 3? Is Amy going to be a part of it? Would she ruin the storyline? Does Sonic always need a romantic relationship? Is Rouge going to be in here? Are there going to be any other characters? Are we going to talk about any of the past stuff for Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails? You know what I mean? Or other possible characters? They could bring in so many different characters. It could be completely random. It could even be Sally that they bring in because she was like OG. You know what I mean? And like, uh, is Shadow, there's so many things we could talk about for this movie, and its predictions. So yeah, I don't want to just keep rambling about what if on this Sonic 3 movie, right? We just got to see it and see what's up. And it would be even cool like if they did a Sonic 4 movie, depending on how this goes, right? So yes, I want you guys to leave me a comment. I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear from the Sonic community. because I am also a part of the Sonic community. I grew up with Sonic since 92. Like, I am a huge fan, and I'm glad that they're sticking with it. This is everything that the kids from the 90s would want. Like, they're bringing these toys out that we would have loved as kids in the 90s. So, I want to thank you guys again for watching my video and my critiques, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much. Bye for now.